Very good. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question goes to Dr. Michaels, and I'm in a private business, so I've dealt for years with OSHA. I was a little bit confused. In your written testimony, there's a statement in there that the fines have not been increased since 1990. Is that?
Congress, excuse me. Yes, Congress limited our fines, the maximum level for a fine for a serious violation to $7,000. We have some discretion within that $7,000 to reduce the level of the fine, which we do on the basis of being a small employer, a history of lack or presence of OSHA violations, and good faith. But that $7,000 maximum is not inflation adjusted and hasn't been changed in almost 20 years, actually in 20 years.
So the figure that I was looking at, then, the average OSHA fine for a serious violation in 2010 was only around $1,000?
That's correct. That's correct. I know. It's shocking, isn't it? We have I sign letters for a fatality investigation where the fine is $2,400. In fact, the average fine last year, in 2010, for a fatality was a violation in connection to a fatality was $4,000. It's quite small.
Well, I'm trying to understand that. Who defines what's serious and what's not serious? I mean,
serious. We have an extensive field operations manual. Serious is that the hazard could result in death or serious bodily harm. So certain violations are not serious, and if a serious violation where someone could be killed or be hurt is, could get up to a $7,000 fine, though it's very rare that we actually, for any violation, issue a $7,000 fine.
And so part of the determination is, did I hear you say the history of the company, its safety record,
and the size? We always discount for a small employer. Yes.
Okay. And the other thing, and if I heard you correctly, did you tell me that the the voluntary protection program is still in effect and is not going to be cut?
It hasn't. In our FY 2010 budget, it is protected. We are now in a continuing resolution where we continue at our 2010 levels. In the President's 2012 proposed budget, it is maintained at that level as well, and we actually ask for an increase in the funds for consultation for small employers.
Okay. Well, I hope you continue that, because being a small employer myself, I mean, it's nice to be involved. Because I don't think there's anybody that goes out there, runs a business, thinks, you know what, I'm going to operate unsafely and maybe make a couple extra dollars, but put my people at risk. I don't know of anybody in business that does that. So, and I have worked for years with OSHA and a lot of different things. And while we may not think it's burdensome and it's over-regulating, I got to tell you, from the guy that has to write the check, sometimes it makes no sense to me. And I got to tell you, I have a body shop. OSHA came in and made me put a railing around the top of the paint room. My question was, how in the world would anybody even get up there? And they said, that's not the problem. There's enough space between the top of your paint room and the ceiling that somebody could get up there and possibly fall. So, listen, I think the intention of all of us is to do a good job. It's the unintended consequences of some of this, and depending on who it is that comes to your store, they don't all look thugh the same lenses as maybe as you think they do. So I appreciate you being here today, and thank you. I yield back.